Opa. Enquanto o posto de comando lá em... Opa. Ah, não, tá. Não dá pra apenas sair, não? Como é que o cara saiu dali também, né? E... o problema... Cara, ainda tô ouvindo grito, velho. Esses bichos. Ai, mano, não faz isso não, velho. Que susto. Ai. Que susto. Ai, por favor, chega, chega, chega. Chega. Pra cá? É pra cá isso aqui. Aqui, mata não, eu tô quase morrendo. Como é que eu vou pegar sangue dos outros? Quer dizer, de rato, né? Não, né? Com meu amigo. Eu sei que a gente fica mais forte. Mas aí que a gente finalizou essa parte. Vou finalizar a live por aqui. Espero que tenha gostado. Eu não falei nada porque é muito diálogo entre os personagens, entendeu? Então, tem missões secundárias pra fazer, mas eu não vou fazer missão secundária na live, quer dizer, no vídeo, né? Beleza, gente? Beleza? Quero agradecer quem viu até aqui. Quem tá gostando de Vampir, dá aquele like, comenta, hashtag eu gostei. Ok? Tá. Médico.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time.
Tá, não é ele, velho.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe this situation?
It's super.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't...
I wish I could be...
You must...
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Uma meleca.
How long?
Or long enough.
You're right.
Sorry, Doctor.
Tá, calma.
How
Tô
is the
pulando.
Not well.
Why does Milton...
I don't know. Just ask him.
Why is Milton...
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Cadê? Cadê o cara da fadiga? Tá, não é ele não.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Aperte R1 para verificar o quadro clínico. Que? R1, R1.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather not.
Tá, eu dei o remédio, ok.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Deixa eu ver aqui agora. É.
Goodbye.
Tá. Eu dei o remédio e deve ficar bem. Agora, opa.
Yes, Doctor?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the...
We staff...
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital.
Please, could you point...
It's the
Exactly how...
It really depends.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Doenças reduzem a qualidade de sangue de um cidadão. Trate-os com remédio adequado. Fale com o paciente quando traz...
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Deixa eu ver se é lá em cima, velho. Fez é lá em cima, eu tô delirando, ó. Ah! Falando.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Oh.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Yeah. Eu estou sentindo uma treta. Isso não tem uma... Oh, desconhecido. E roubou meu cobertor. Querem me matar de frio. Anda aqui pra... Opa! Carta. Ok. É lá. Mas eu não vou lá, não. Peraí, calma. Tá. É, nada. Tô pegando casa, mas nem vou ler, velho. Deixa eu vir aqui rapidinho. Ah, eu tenho que comprar coisa do cara. Ah, eu não posso estar no meu quarto? Sério? Aí é aqui, no quarto. Eu vou só ver... Opa! Ué. Ih, carai. Ih, carai. Eu não sabia que eu podia fazer isso, não. Legal, eu posso... Ah, top. Deixa eu fazer um negócio aqui, que eu vou comprar o negócio do médico. É, não posso. Calma. Deixa eu comprar o negócio do cara.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Opa!
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
So what do you do exactly?
I've been an ambulance driver since...
Vou pular aqui rapidinho.
It's yesterday.
You left.
Go there yourself.
Since you...
It's a
Tá.
How is this?
You want to hear this?
Are you really?
And why not?
But you're not...
You keep people...
Beleza, bora.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Doctor.
Vamos lá, agora a gente vai comprar 138, né? Eu preciso de 6 disso. Aí que complica a vida da pessoa, né? Espigada do... Oh! 315, velho. Pô, espingarda essa aí, cara. Tô até... Mas espingarda demora muito a... Oh, mano, eu vou juntar dinheiro, velho. Então, eu acho que...
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
É um prazer vê-la. Ah,
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate. He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
E é verdade?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Deixa eu ver o negócio.
Mystery closer to being
I think of nothing.
my situation.
Pera aí. A mulher... Ih! Eita. Sai, mulher. Tá, gente. Eu vou fazer o seguinte, então. Pera aí. Mano, eu vou ficando por aqui, espero que tenham gostado, tá? Eu não vou fazer essa missão agora não, porque já passou da hora, beleza? Ok? Então, vou ficando por aqui, espero que tenham gostado. Quem gostou, dá um like, compartilhe o vídeo, não se esquece de se inscrever no canal. Quem não é inscrito para dar aquela força, compartilhe e ative o sininho para receber novas notificações do vídeo. Logo mais eu vou ver se eu consigo fazer um vídeo pra celular, tá? Não prometo nada. Que vocês gostam de vídeo pra celular porque é mais curto. Ok? Beijo da Mandy, muito obrigado por ter assistido até aqui. E tchau.